So I stumbled upon this. The Hubble telescope halts amid computer trouble. Interesting. The Hubble telescope has been hit with computer trouble, with all astronomical viewing halted, NASA said on Wednesday. The orbiting observatory has been idle since Sunday, when a 1980s-era computer that controls the science instruments shut down, possibly because of a bad memory board. 1980s era computer board? That's really old. That's like 40 years old in some cases. 30 to 40 years old. That's still, in computing, that's old. Flight controllers at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland tried to restart the computer Monday, but the same thing happened. They are now trying to switch to a backup memory unit. If that works, the telescope will be tested for a day before the science instruments are turned back on and observations can resume. For now, the cameras and other instruments are in so-called safe mode. Launched in 1990, Hubble is showing more and more signs of aging. Despite a series of repairs and updates by spacewalking astronauts during NASA's shuttle era, the idled computer was installed during the fifth and final service call in 2009. NASA plans to launch Hubble's successor, the James Webb Telescope, in November, although I have another article that I found that says October, but that's okay. The observatory will be too far from Earth, 1 million miles away in a solar orbit for astronaut tune-ups. The launch from French Guiana using Europe's Ariane rocket is years behind schedule. The latest delay of 2 weeks is the result of the rocket processing and scheduling issues. Yeah, this thing was supposed to be in orbit in 2015. Scientists hope to have an overlap in orbit between Hubble and the considerably more advanced and powerful Webb, which I in fact have an update from June 3rd about the James Webb Space Telescope. NASA says here, it will be the premier observatory in the next decade, remains on schedule for a launch readiness date no earlier than October 31st. Okay, so October 31st. So they were actually wrong in the other one here. Webb will ship to the launch site in August with no to little schedule margin. Launch processing will take 2 months. The observatory has completed all post-environmental testing deployments, and it is in its final integration and folding stages. Final stow, closeout, and pack and ship are imminent. We are working closely with the European Space Agency and Arianespace on establishing the launch date. We will launch approximately 4 months after the first launch of the Ariane 5 this year, which is scheduled for late July. Webb has no launch date constraints, hence it can launch almost any day of the year. That's because it doesn't have to like meet up with Mars or anything, or it could just go to its orbit at any time. Webb will study every phase in the history of our universe, including the first luminous glows after the creation of the cosmos, the formation of solar systems capable of supporting life on planets like Earth, and the evolution of our own solar system. I have been looking very much I'm hyped up for the James Webb Telescope, really looking forward to it, and I can't wait because I think the Hubble has given us some incredible images over the years. And if you don't really know, I'm pretty sure like any amazing deep space picture that you've seen, it's either Hubble or CGI, which is not necessarily. See, when people think CGI in space, they think it completely made up. But usually what it is a series of different images that are pulled together and like basically it's like makeup, they kind of like smooth out the edges, make it a puzzle and make it complete, if you will. So I don't know, I'm pretty excited to see what that thing comes up with, because as they said, it's going to be looking at the origins of the universe, the creation of galaxies. I'm very excited about it. So yeah, very, very hyped indeed for that.